Hi, this is Beebee. I'm here with my dog Ruby. This is Hustle Cat. I intended to play Night in the Woods and also Smile for Me. I have them saved and downloaded. But I have been going through kind of a rough time in my personal life right now just because my dad, who's pretty much chronically ill and disabled, he goes through these health crises where it's like each time it's kind of like life or death, you know? So he's kind of doing one of those right now, and it's like odds are probably that he's going to bounce back again, but like one of these times he's not. So, like, not to be a huge downer. But anyway, neither here nor there, but I just wanted to play something a little bit more positive, but wasn't going to require a ton of mental effort on my part. So we're gonna do Hustle Cat. I will preface this by saying we're going to do the main male romance first, and I say main male, you'll see why. You kind of can't avoid him, and that's what happened to me the first time on accident. And we'll do that one just because his story is better fitting for like the whole narrative. But when we see the one that is actually my favorite, I will let you know, and I strongly encourage you to download the game yourself and play her route because it doesn't fit into the overarching narrative as well, but she's just the best. She's the best. You'll see. So anyway, new game. I am giving myself away here that I've played it before. I wanted to see if it was something I could stand to play in front of other people. It's a close call. It's so close, but we can do it. So pronouns, they, them. Address, our name is Avery. You can't change it. And this is what you get to pick what we look like. We're gonna pick, this is the darkest shade. You'd be surprised. It's still lighter than like a couple other people. It's not very dark at all. It's kind of disappointing. Address is pending. Our degree is yeah. Our skills are rest management, nutrition consumption, meme curation, 12 words per minute. 12 words per minute. This is me. Unfortunately, this is how we're saddled as the character. All right. I do like this, what is the word? Uh, interface design. I think I fell asleep on the couch again. Ooh, we got the deep V. Little lasers of sunlight are zapping onto my face from the middle of the curtains. I think they've been specifically aimed to burn out my eyes. It's difficult because your body is very gendered, kind of, even though the game itself doesn't really gender you one way or the other. The character profile you pick really kind of does it for you. And I don't know, something about playing like a tiny little anime girl, just I'm not a fan. So we're gonna have to be in a boy body. But whatever. Um, it's all a construct. What is what is it, like noon? Jeez. Not my fault. This couch pulls you in like you're drowning in bread dough. My spine pops in loud protest as I swim free from my bread dough cushion trap. This place is a fucking mess, my dude. You're gonna have to apologize, or I'm gonna have to apologize to Aunt Wendy. I'm probably leaving a dent in the shape of my ass in the cushions. I'll probably have to apologize for a couple things, actually. Okay, I know this looks bad, but it's almost not even my fault. I can't help that clutter is naturally drawn into my gravitational pull. That sounds like a throwaway line. It's not. Honestly, it makes me feel a little more comfortable, you know, like I really live here instead of just like I'm couch surfing at my aunt's. Or like I'm living in a furniture catalog. Not that I'm ungrateful. Aunt Wendy is awesome to let me use her apartment while she's away. You should respect, like, that she's letting you have this space and, like, keep it tidy. Like, at least to the point where you're not going to get pests, which is going to be an issue if you leave, like, pizza boxes on the floor. You know what I mean? Anyway, what did I miss? She helped talk mom and dad into letting me come all the way out to the city, too. She's pretty cool. I hear rustling behind me like fingernails on cardboard. It makes me pause for a second, but I jump up as I realize what it is. Is it a rat? Hey, Mochi, knock it off! Mochi, the living trash bag disguised as a cat, stares up indignantly from inside the pizza box. He's trying to scrape some dried up cheese off the bottom again. Again? How long has it been here? His little mushed up face is probably trying to stare me down, but it's kind of hard to tell where he's looking with those crossed eyes. Mochi. Meow. Look at that cat. I love that cat. One time when I lived in the city, I was on my way to work. I opened my front door to my apartment, and this cat came running in, like off the street. This cat came bolting into my house, and I was like, I had to call in late to work because I was dealing with this cat, and they were like, call animal control. So I called animal control, and they came and picked it up, and then they just like put it back down outside, and I was like, this is not controlling this animal. I was like, I thought this was gonna go to like a shelter, or like you would try to find its owner. Like, I didn't know how it worked. And they were like, no, basically, just like, we got it out of your house. What else do you want? And this poor cat leans up against the building that like I was living in, the apartment building, and is like crying to get back inside. It was like clearly a house cat, clearly somebody's pet. And I was like, okay, this cannot stand. And so I had to let the cat back into my house until we could find its owner. And everyone was like, you're too trusting. And I was like, what's this cat gonna do? Like, worst case scenario, it's gonna piss on some stuff. Like, okay, I can wash it, you know? But anyway, we found that cat's owner, but it had a squashed face just like this kitty. So I clapped my hands a few times to break the stalemate. He jumps at the sound, then waddles back to the bedroom in defeat. I guess since I'm up too, I might as well get to whatever I'm gonna do today. I shuffle to the curtains and throw them open. My laptop is still sitting open on the coffee table. Oh yeah, job searching, I guess. That's what I was gonna do. I plop back down on the couch, already sinking back into the cushions, and take a look. Geez, there's so many tabs here. Which one did I leave Greg's List open in again? Greg's List is very good. That is a very good pun. Not that one. This one or this one? Maybe this one? Nah, that's just another cat video. I was up all night watching Jelly Donut, the cat who balances donuts on her head. I have no idea how you get a cat to do something like that. Guess that's why Mochi and I aren't internet famous. I find the tab and start scrolling through listings again. It's not like anything has gone up since yesterday, I bet. Sidewalk cleaner intern, college credit only. Internet comment section proofreader. Fundraiser street team intern, unpaid. Yeah, it's been like this all month. Can you really blame me for giving up and watching cat videos? It really fucking sucks the way that college has become a major class barrier, and it's like, it's really hard to find an intro level job. Even if you're out of college, if you're not doing internships while you're in school, you're kind of fucked for a while. I really lucked out getting into a career path that now I have enough experience that I'm okay, but like to start out with, it's really hard. Especially if you want something with upward mobility. I know this kind of thing is supposed to take time, but try telling that to mom, dad, or my savings. Any of those could send me back home at any time. And I really have to get this done before Aunt Wendy gets back. Just thinking about writing another cover letter is making my will to exist erode away. I'm gonna go for a walk. Okay, this is claustrophobic to me. I grew up in the country and in the burbs, I won't lie. And so like, this makes me uncomfortable. I don't like not being able to see the horizon. When I got here, I expected to be buried in noise from the city's traffic and crowds, but it's actually pretty quiet. The apartment is on a side street, far off from the main street bustle. From here, the noises of the city are just like a distant hum. It's comforting, like the buzz of an old tube TV. I did live in a major city for a while, and I lived in an apartment complex that had like 20 stories or something, but I was right next to a lake. So that kind of was my compromise. I could look out at the lake and pretend I wasn't surrounded by millions of people. It was very stressful. I did not like living there. I have to walk like 20 minutes to get to the train from here, but I rarely leave the neighborhood, so it doesn't really matter. Still living in a small town life in the city, I guess. Whatever, I get plenty of adventure in this neighborhood. I could just set out in any direction and find something new, even if I've been down that way before. Sure, I get lost a lot too, but that's half the fun, right? I turn a corner at the end of the block and head up a tiny side street I haven't tried yet. Neatly arranged trash cans line the sides of the road. I think I'm behind some stores right now. I am expecting a dead end, but the road suddenly curves to the right. It looks too narrow for cars, but the faded white lines marking the middle seem to claim some brave drivers could try their luck. I decide to follow the sharp bend in the road. After I pass a tall partition, I'm surprised by what I see. A squat 3-story building, painted so ostentatiously bright it'd be impossible to miss, sits right in front of me. A cat's paw. Is this a pet store or something? Maybe I can get a dumb toy for dumb Mochi. Be nice to your fucking cat, Avery. As I walk closer to the front doors of the building, I don't see the aisles of pet food I expected from the broad store windows. Instead, it looks like there are couches and tables in neatly arranged rows. It doesn't make sense to have, like, a restaurant hidden away in a side street like this. But then again, I haven't lived in a place that's, like, you know, as densely packed as this city looks like. So maybe it's more usual there. So this is one of those pretentious restaurants with a pithy nonsense name, huh? I can feel my interest deflate and sink into my stomach. Just as I'm about to turn and continue walking, I notice the sign in the window that declares, "Now hiring. Inquire within." Oh yeah! What luck! I'm hardly dressed for a job inquiry, but I might as well give it a shot, right? You could... How long have you been walking? Go back home and change, maybe. I look to my right as I walk up to the door, and I see a little orange and white cat lying belly up, sunning itself against the window. It doesn't seem terribly sanitary to have a cat in a restaurant, but whatever, I like cats. Bells tinkle delicately as I tug on the handle. The heavy door creaks open. The place is so classy it feels fake. Maybe that's a clue. It looks like a board game exploded in here. It's creepy as fuck. Like, when a place gets too stylized, it's like I'm afraid to breathe too hard in here, you know? It isn't what the palace... Isn't this... Wait, hold on. Isn't that what the palace was like in Wonderland? Like with the cards and stuff? Is a purple cat gonna start talking to me? Though none of them are purple, boy, there are a lot of cats. I think I can count at least 8 right off the bat. They're all over the place, romping around the floor, sleeping in some of the built-in structures on the walls. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cats. 9! There's one way up there. I don't know if you can see him. I've barely had time to take it all in when I hear a voice call to me. Welcome, please sit wherever you'd like. I shuffle in place for a moment, at first unsure of where the voice came from, but then whether or not I want to sit or not. If I want to keep this strictly business. Actually... I start as the source of the voice looms into view. This is him. The first person we meet. He appears suddenly from the second-story landing and covers the length of the floor in a few long strides. You look confused. Is this your first time here? Would you like me to explain a bit how the cafe works? I'll be happy to give you a tour. His eyes are gentle. He's one of those people who smiles with his entire body. It's positively infectious. He's very gentle. He's your gentle giant. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious. Are you curious? Fuck it. Yeah, that sounds great. Oh, that's great. He bounds closer and towers over me in both stature and exuberance. It's a little strange that someone like this is working here, because he's much more like a big sheepdog puppy than what I think of as a cat person. I thought that too, when I first met this character. My name is Landry, which is almost as annoying of a name as Avery. Actually more annoying. I take that back. Just interrupt if you have any questions. You got it. I don't interrupt. It's a problem. I've been mocked at work. I'll raise my hand in like a board meeting or something and people are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm not just gonna fucking shout over people, okay? Maybe you guys were raised at a bar, but I was not. You got it, Landry. I'm Avery. Everybody has names like this, by the way, in this game. Everyone has these like names that are like millennial baby book names. Well, Avery, to start, I'm ragging on it. I actually do really enjoy this game. So, roll with me. Well, Avery, to start, all of our cats are rescued strays. The owners bring them in for care and socialization. They seem really happy. Having strangers around doesn't seem to bother them at all. It's probably really good for their adoptability to be exposed to people, I would guess. We do everything we can to make them comfortable. Many of them are up for adoption. We have a good match rate for our fosters. Over there is a wall of photos with some of the cats that have found happy homes. Adopt, don't shop. I got Ruby from a rescue. And the proceeds from the cafe help to pay for their care. She's next to me here. She is plastered head to tail against my leg. She's my buddy. She's a little bit cold. I turned the AC on earlier and it chilled her out. But we're out of time, so we'll learn more about the Cat Cafe and our future love in the next episode. Take care. Peace. Bye.